All right, guys, let's take a quick look at the markets today. Gone into the weekend, stocks have absolutely dumped dumped the high heaven. Currently, stock market down 1,000 points, and I don't really get it. Powell came out, and it turns out I don't know, were people expecting him to be like dovish on inflation? We all knew over the next 6 months to a year that the Fed is going to do everything in their power to lower inflation. That's like the number one goal of the Fed. It has to be done, or it's going to destroy the economy. So yeah, he came out and said, okay, we're gonna do whatever we have to do to lower inflation. And people basically are shitting their pants. So basically, stocks are down 1,000 points. Crypto's basically taking a dump. I don't know what people were expecting. Folks, over the next year, we're going to be in a recession. I'm not sure if you've been following the news, but Europe is a guaranteed recession, especially what's going on with their oil situation and natural gas. It's like a guaranteed recession for Europe. And the United States, you're probably looking at a 60 or 70% chance we're in a recession or going into a recession. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. And the timing is absolutely perfect concerning crypto because the next Bitcoin halving isn't until 2024. So yeah, it's going to be another year of shit. I mean, I don't know why people. I don't know why. What I think is happening right now. This always happens with stocks. It happens with crypto too. But crypto hasn't dumped as bad as stocks today. I just think they're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and probably Monday or Tuesday we're going to see the stock market go up like another 500-600 points, and eventually it'll basically go back to where it was. And then we'll basically just be in a range up and down of wave for the next year. So right now you got Bitcoin at 20,700. It was a little bit lower, actually up a little bit right now. Everything's pretty much taken a dump. BNB back under 300. Cardano down to 44 cents, which it was about 47 cents this morning. I actually picked up some Cardano yesterday, and of course, I was actually expecting the markets to actually maybe do a little bit of a pump today because I just thought a lot of this is priced in. So, I didn't buy too much, but I did pick up a little bit just for the hell of it. I had some extra money. I'm not buying any more Cardano until we're under 35 cents, but I'm happy with these levels under 50 cents for Cardano. You got Matic at 79 cents right now. Might not be a bad deal at this point. Litecoin, $54. Like I said, anything under $50 for Litecoin is good. And you had Theta hanging out still at $1.22. So Theta is actually hardly down at all. Like I said with Theta, folks, it pretty much bottomed out at $1, and now it's pretty much been hanging out. There's very strong resistance to the $1.20. Not to say it won't go much lower than that. But I think what we're seeing right now is an overreaction, especially with stocks. We really haven't seen it too much with Bitcoin. But yeah, everything's down. We're going into a weekend. We'll probably be very volatile this weekend. Maybe Sunday, going into stock futures. When stock futures are up a little bit, maybe Bitcoin will come back up. But just look at all this stuff as buying opportunities. That's what I'm doing. What else do I want to talk about? You got Richard Hart, who, I'm loving this Richard Hart guy. I'm going to play a little clip. Like, I knew about Richard Hart a couple years ago, and I just never really paid attention to him. He's big on the Hex coin. He created the Hex coin. I don't have any Hex coin. I don't even know where to get it, but I just think the guy's an interesting personality, and at least over the last couple of years, he's called the market. I like what this guy has to say. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's a smart guy. And I love how when he makes fun of all the idiots like Michael Saylor, Elon Musk, who came in and bought Bitcoin at the top, and they think they're like gurus. Folks, you have to realize, Richard Hart's right. Michael Saylor bought Bitcoin at the top. He's no different than your stupid neighbor who bought Bitcoin at $50,000. It's like, okay, he's rich. There's a lot of rich people who aren't good at investing. So here's a little clip here.
Who was irresponsibly long Ethereum, his words, the largest trade of his life. All his options he bought expired worthless. I told him, ladies, liquors, and leverage is how you get wrecked. That's how smart people go broke. Ladies, liquor, and leverage. Michael Saylor took on leverage. He's down, I believe, 30% on his Bitcoin stack. The government of El Salvador is down. ARK Invest, down. Everybody's wrecked but me. I called the top on the day. I'm a technical analyst and a fundamental.
Anyway, I just love this Richard Hart guy. He's fun, interesting, and if you follow his calls, you're like making a ton of money. So yeah, stop listening to BitBoy Crypto, stop listening to Crypto Banter, stop listening to Crypto R Us. Just do everything Richard Hart says. And to be honest with you, I've been actually following most of what Richard Hart says for the last 6 months, and it's really been right on tee. So Richard Hart, folks, you got to pay attention to this guy. I've talked about him before. All right, we got Cardano developers working to bring Vasco hard fork to mainnet. It looks like they're still talking about the Vasco hard fork. They're still kind of hoping that there's a whole Vasco hard fork pumps Cardano. That's what everybody's hoping for. I don't think it's really going to do much. I mean, I think they'll probably delay it again. And like I said, I love Cardano, and there's really no rush at this point. Just get the thing right. But the way the markets are looking right now, whether this Vasco hard fork happens in September or doesn't happen in September, I'm actually hoping it doesn't happen because my biggest fear is they do the Vasco hard fork, right, in September. They discover bugs. Bitcoin's already dumping. Cardano's already dumping. It's like 38 cents. And then they discover bugs in the freaking Cardano Vasco code. And then Bitcoin just basically takes, or Cardano takes the biggest dump you've ever seen in your life, which actually probably be a good buying opportunity. But I don't know, man. They just got to make sure they get it right because they could easily mess it up. But you could say the same thing about Ethereum. They have the merge coming up in a couple months, and a lot of people are skeptical on that. So whatever. I think, I trust Charles Hoskinson. If he says it's ready to go, it's ready to go. But they better be damn sure it's, there's no more bugs with this Vasco hard fork. Because honestly, at this point, I'm getting sick of hearing about it. And I'm getting sick of hearing everybody talking about how it's going to pump Cardano. It might. I mean, if the market's bullish and, the Vasco hard fork actually goes into effect and everything's working properly, you might see a 20 or 30% pump with it. But just think long-term, folks. Think, okay, Cardano, where's it going to be when Bitcoin's at $100,000? It'll probably be $5, $10, maybe more. I mean, ignore all the noise of like, oh, is it going to pump 20% for the Vasco hard fork? If Charles Hoskinson, says this, is it going to pump 30%? Just think, where's Cardano going to be when Bitcoin's at $100,000? It's going to be a lot higher than it is right now, and that's really all you have to know. Found this article, 3 cryptocurrencies that could return greater gains in the next 5 years, and we have absolutely Theta on the list. It's weird. Every day I'm more bullish on Theta. I haven't been this excited in Theta probably in 3 years. Not a lot of people are talking about it. It's under the radar. I talked about this last night. You got the Samsung deal. It's going to be incorporated in all the Samsung phones. You got the Theta NFTs. Their Twitter is booming. The company is growing. So yeah, folks, Theta, Cardano, and Bitcoin. You can't go wrong. Maybe a little bit of Ethereum, but I feel like with Ethereum, you're just not going to get as much of an ROI. Okay, other than that, that's pretty much it, folks. The market, it is what it is, okay? We were at 21,700 yesterday. Now we're at 20,700. Up, down, think roller coaster. Don't get scared. This is buy dip. This is when you should be buying the dip. You probably have a lot of opportunity to buy the dip because we're probably going to be in this range for the next year, next 6 months to a year. But what's eventually going to happen? Let's just have a heart-to-heart talk. What's going to happen? Okay, Bitcoin's going to hang around 20,000. Everybody's going to say, oh, I'm going to buy. It's going to dump further. It's going to dump further. I'm going to buy it when it hits 17,000. Okay, we say next week we dump down to 17,000. Oh, it's going to dump further. It's going to dump further. And then, maybe you'll have a flash crash down to 14,000, 12,000. Nobody's going to buy it. And then we're going to pump right back up to $20,000. Then you're going to be like, oh, well, now I'm going to wait for it to dump one more time. I want to dump down to 17,000. I'm definitely going to buy it. Then it pumps up to $30,000, and then it doesn't go back to $20,000 ever. Eventually, Bitcoin will never go back to $20,000. Now, the question is it going to be September when we go back up to $30,000? Is it going to be October? Is it going to be sometime next year in spring? But eventually, Bitcoin's going to get back up to $30,000. Then it's going to be back up to $40,000. Cardano's going to be $2. Theta's going to be back up to $3 or $4. And you're going to miss this whole opportunity. So, yeah, if you don't have any money, you need the money to pay the rent, don't buy crypto. Because it could all go the year. So what's the best case scenario for my favorite coin, Theta? Let's have a heart-to-heart on it, okay? Because I don't want to come off as a shill. I don't want to be BitBoy. Here's my thing. Either Theta is going to be $25 to $30 in 2024, or it's going to be 0. Now, I think the chance of it being 0 is probably 5, maybe 2-3%. I think there's over a 90% chance Theta is going to be between $20 and $30 in 2024. But yes, Theta could go to zero. Let me just put it out there. Theta could go to zero. Every one of these coins could go to zero, even Bitcoin, but Bitcoin probably has the least chance of going to zero. Cardano could be zero. I mean, look, Cardano has so much people just scrutinizing everything. I'd say there's a greater chance that Cardano goes to zero than Theta because everything is being scrutinized. You have the Vasco hard fork. I mean, people are just looking for a reason to dump out of Cardano, but if everything goes smoothly, you're going to see a 15x, 20x on Cardano. So that's pretty much it, folks. Crypto's risky. I get it. Everything's risky. You got to take risks in life, folks, to make money. Now is the time to be buying crypto. These levels. Will we go lower? Maybe. Will we go up to $30,000 next week? Maybe. I have no freaking idea. The only thing I know is once your favorite altcoin has dropped below 80%, that's when you start accumulating. When do you buy Bitcoin? When it's dropped 60 to 70%. We're at those levels. So that's all I got to say, folks. And I've been saying this I'm going to keep saying it because every day I talk to people, well, it's usually the same person who just annoys me. And they're always trading in and out of everything. I made $100 today. Oh, I made $200. Oh, I lost $200. It's just like, dude, man, like, what's your accountant going to, you have 1,000 trades on your Binance. What's your accountant going to do? And maybe you made $2,000 and you have 1,000 trades on your Binance. Like between your accountant, the taxes you're going to get hit on, you're going to miss out on the next bull market. Like it's all scared money, folks. And I get it. You don't have any money. You're going to be scared money. If you put too much into crypto, you're going to be scared money. But look, if I lose everything in crypto, it's not going to be fun. It's going to hurt really, really bad. So I'm not rich. I'm just like everybody else. But this is probably one of the last opportunities to make good money in crypto because every year the ROI gets lower and lower, or every cycle. So between now and the next 6 months, just keep accumulating, and in 2024 or by 2024, we're going to do very, very well. All right, have a good weekend. I'm going to try to do another video on Theta this weekend. I'll definitely be following the markets, and like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll talk later.